Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the break through the super armor event. So basically guys, this is a very interesting event and how it works is the first two phases. So the first two rounds of enemies that you face can take you 3 turns to complete. The third and fourth rounds can take you 2 turns to complete, and the fifth and final round can only take you 1 turn to complete. So honestly speaking, in terms of this event itself, the best way to take it on is obviously to have AoE super attacks. If you can't get AoE super attacks, then you want units that can fire multiple super attacks. For example, Strength Cooler. He's obviously fantastic because he can fire a ton of super attacks. You usually want a unit that can fire more than one. So for example, Ginyu is a great choice because Ginyu can fire 2 super attacks already from his passive and then can fire an additional super attack from his hidden potential system, which means you could get up to 3 super attacks in a single turn. Now obviously there are some things to factor in. Firstly and most importantly is the type. So you need to make sure that you have the correct typing. You want to make sure that you have strength if you're facing physical units, AGL if you're facing strength units, int if you're facing tech units, tech if you're facing AGL, and physical if you're facing int. So you want to make sure that you have the correct typings when you take on the stage. Secondly, you also want to make sure that you, well, if possible, have a movie bosses or a movie heroes team. So, or units that are going to do damage. They will do increased damage for this event specifically. So they are going to do increased damage for this event. So obviously that's pretty important. In terms of movie bosses or movie heroes, it's just going to depend. Personally speaking, there's great options for this fight specifically. So you have the obviously strength legendary Broly, who's a fantastic unit because he does AoE super attacks. So he's a really good choice for the physical stage. But you also actually have the Piccolo as well. So you have the AoE Piccolo, who recently obviously got his Extreme Z Awakening as a part of the whole AGL Metal Cooler event. So his Extreme Z Awakening, his whole kind of spiel, his whole thing is pretty good. He's also AoE damage, he's a movie hero, he's strength type. Just be careful of relying on the AoE damage because generally speaking you need both rotations to at least have the possibility to kill. If you do not have both rotations have the possibility to kill, what can happen is you can end up finishing the 1 turn with the incorrect rotation, and then for your final turn you are going to be in a bit of a bad situation because you're not going to be able to kill. Now in terms of support items, I just suggest attack items. Generally speaking, that's just what I think works best. So bringing in World Tournament announcers for just a flat 30% boost, or bringing in like Chilai, Lemo or Debura cookie items that change orbs and increase your attack per orb received are all really good pickups for me personally, because when it comes to that final phase you kind of almost want your additional attacks to almost kill the enemy. Like you basically kind of want your additionals to take them out. So it is very, very important that the unit that is potentially firing all those additional attacks is hitting pretty hard. That is going to help you a lot, and that's why Cooler is so good as a unit, because he can fire 1 or 2 super attacks and also do a couple additional physical attacks. Now they may not seem like much, but when you augment them you're going to do a lot of damage. Like you're going to see here, we're going to use the World Tournament announcer. That's going to give us a flat 30% boost. We're then going to use double Lemo, and we're going to get a lot of strength orbs directly fed into Cooler as well. So he's going to have a pretty big strength upgrade and that means that he's going to do huge damage. He's going to instantly take out like 3 of them, and that's a big maneuver when you look at kind of the event as a whole. That's a very big play by Cooler. So by doing that, we basically set ourselves up for success. You can see here Cooler coming in, throwing out a huge attack stat. He's going to instantly eliminate one of the robots. He then follows up with his guaranteed super, which is great, and that's going to do some big damage as well. And then we also, of course, do a nice little follow-up normal attack, and we crit on that, which gets rid of a 3rd one. So now we're immediately in a very good situation. So you can see that's kind of how this team build went. I do suggest using double Cooler. If you don't have double Cooler, you can use your own LR Broly with a Cooler friend with, yeah, that should also work. Generally speaking, as long as you have Cooler in one rotation, you have LR Broly in the other rotation, you should be fine. You can also do Cooler on your team, LR Broly friend, LR Broly in your team. Just kind of fiddle around with it as best you can, and you'll have a pretty decent time. Like I said, you kind of want both rotations to win, so either way there we would have had Broly or we would have had Cooler, and then we would have had success. So yeah, they are really quite challenging depending on your box, so don't frown if this is not the event for you. I will be covering each one, so hopefully there will be an event that you can do. There might not even be events that I can do. It really just depends on how lucky you get. So but that's gonna be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and bye.